Hello friends, welcome back. You're watching a Veronin. I'm going to tell you two stories today. I have brought to you the secret formula of how companies like Apple and Nike are so successful in their domain. What exactly differentiates them from others? To know the same, please do watch this video till the end. On a summer of '63, nearly 300,000 people showed up in the mall in Washington, D.C. to hear a man. No invitations were sent out. There were no social media to cascade the message. He was not the only victim of pre-civil rights era in America. He did not went around telling people what needed to be changed in America, because everybody already knew what needed to be changed. He simply said what he believed. That is the reason he started his speech with, "I have a dream," and not with, "I have a plan." People made his belief their belief. They made his cause their own cause. We know that man today as Dr. Martin Luther King. But how many of those people do you think showed up for Dr. King? Not even a single person. Because they showed up for themselves. Because of what they believe about America. Many of them came to Washington by traveling 8 to 10 hours by bus, traveling overnight, and stood there under scorching sun in the middle of August. It was not about color, race, or religion. It was people as citizens of the United States of America. There are leaders, and there are others who lead. Leaders are those who have the power and authority, but those who lead inspires us. We follow the leaders because we have to, but we follow the ones who lead because we want to. We follow the one who leads not for them, but for us, because they start with why. What do you think is required to start a company and make it successful? The reasons can be good funding, great market conditions, and a competent team, right? Samuel Pierpont Langley. I'm sure most of you have not heard about him. It was 20th century, and inventing a flying machine was the next big thing, like that of the gold rush or founding the next big dot-com company. Everybody was after it. Langley was having all three recipes for success: funding, good market conditions, and a great team. $50,000 funding was awarded to him from the War Department. New York Times followed him everywhere. He probably had access to one of the best networking facilities at that time, and he hired the best minds money could buy. Few hundred miles from there, in Dayton, Ohio, two brothers, Orville and Wilbur, they had literally negligible resources compared to what Langley had. Not a single person in Orville and Wilbur's team had college education, not even the brothers themselves. Orville and Wilbur were driven by a cause, a purpose, and a belief. They believed if they could build the flying machine, this could change the course of humanity. But Samuel Langley was more interested in the fame and money that comes with the discovery. People in Wright Brothers' team worked with their blood, sweat, and tears, but the people in Langley's team worked for their paycheck. On December 3, 1903, the Wright brothers took flight and created one of the most remarkable landmarks in the history of human civilization. No one was there to watch them when they achieved the milestone. People came to know about this event a few days later. Why Martin Luther King led the civil rights movement? He was not the only one who suffered in pre-civil rights era in America. He wasn't among the top orators of his time too. Then why him, not someone else? Why there were only the Wright brothers who succeeded in making the plane, whereas there were others who were better funded than them? Why is Apple so innovative? They have the same resources and same access to the media. Then why they are so different than others? Why do you think Apple fanatics are ready to buy anything and everything that is made by Apple? And the same kind of enthusiasm is not shown by those to the similar products made by Apple's competitors. Why do you think people wear tattoos of corporate logo of Harley-Davidson and not that of Procter & Gamble? Do you think Apple makes better computers than its competition? Or Harley-Davidson manufactures the most beautiful and elegant motorcycles on the planet? Apple's competitors are perfectly capable of making equally great products, and so does Harley's. The answer is hidden in the why. To understand that, you must understand the golden circle. This figure explains why some organizations and some leaders can inspire where others can't, at least not at their level. Every single organization knows precisely what they do. There is hardly any rocket science behind it. Majority among those can define how they do it also, whether they have a unique product, an affordable price, or a differentiated value proposition. But very few can define the why part. By why, I do not mean profit, money, or any other material gain for that matter. By why, I mean the cause, the purpose, the vision, and the strong reason of doing the same. The why explains why your organization exists in the first place, or what pulls you out of bed every morning. There is a biological explanation also behind this reasoning. I'll explain you that in a while. This figure shows a golden circle. The outermost circle signifies the what, the middle one as the how, and the innermost one as the why. You're now looking at the holy grail of human communications. If understood correctly, it can uncover the innermost treasure of human emotions. Most companies communicate with a message flowing from outside in. Only a handful of companies and persons can communicate inside out. A typical example of an outside-in communication for an ordinary computer company is as follows. We make great computers. They are beautifully designed, simple to use, and user-friendly. Want to buy one? That is how most of us communicate, including majority of companies. But that hardly makes an impact. This is how Apple communicates. Everything we do, we believe in challenging the status quo. We believe in thinking differently. The way we challenge the status quo is to make our products beautiful, intuitive, artistically subtle, simple to use in a way that science can't capture, and we find it fascinating. We make great computers too. Want to buy one? The communication direction here is simply reversed. People do not buy your what or how, they buy your why. The goal is to make people believe what you believe. People do not buy what you do, they buy why you do it. There is more of a biological reason rather than a psychological one. The one which I was talking about earlier. Now I am going to show you a remarkable similarity that will help you to understand this concept of golden circle with utmost clarity. If you see the cross-section of the brain top down, you will see 3 sections exactly like our golden circle. The outermost part of the brain, that is, our newly formed brain or the Homo sapiens brain, which is also known as the neocortex. This signifies our what. This is where all the logical information is processed. It is responsible for all our rational and analytical thought processes and languages. This can very well handle the facts and the figures, but it can't understand feelings. The middle 2 portions are known to be the limbic part of the brain. It's the place where all the feelings are understood. It's responsible for all human behavior, and that's where the magic happens. When we communicate outside in, people understand all the facts, figures, and features. But this type of communications doesn't reach to the behavioral level. When we communicate inside out, we are talking directly to the limbic part of the brain. People know this as gut feeling. Sometimes you have seen people who don't get convinced to buy a product in spite of knowing the facts and the figures. They often say, "This doesn't feel right." Or they say, "This does not go with the heart or the gut feeling." Well, just to make you aware, the limbic brain is the controller of that feeling, not any other body part. If you don't know your why, then how can you convince people to believe in your why? The goal is not to sell your products. The goal is to sell people what you believe. That goes the same way for your employees also. It is not to hire people who can do the job. The goal is to hire people who believes what you believe. The more proof Langley was motivated by the money and fame is, the day Wright brothers took flight, he just quit. He could have stayed back and further improved the technology, but he didn't. On the other hand, the team of Wright brothers believed in the cause and worked with their blood, sweat and tears, and that made all the difference. You can too start searching for your why and keep looking till you find yours. The lessons in this video are influenced from the book Start With Why, written by Simon Sinek. Hope you have enjoyed this video. To get more such videos, please do like and share this video and spread this knowledge among your friends and family. My mission is to spread motivational lessons like these among all. If you are new to this channel, please subscribe and press the bell icon so that you don't miss a single video uploaded here. Keep learning and keep sharing. Ciao and goodbye.